I never liked David Bowie's music, I know. But he was definitely a very grounded artist, a very inspirational artist. I heard him in an interview talking about how your work should always aim to please you, your artwork, of course. Because the real meaning of making art is understanding yourself and how you move through life and how you collide with society. So it's a self-discovering process. I agree 100%. Every time that I make some work of art, I can see how I freeze in time and space, I freeze in sound or in image, who I was at that moment and how was I feeling at that moment. And then Bowie almost stops his statement, but then he says that your work should never feel comfortable. Something like that. Because if you feel comfortable, you're standing in the wrong place. You're exploring the wrong area. I think he called it never play to the gallery. Never play to the gallery. That's what he said. And then he continues, the right place is where your feet almost touch the bottom. And that's a metaphor that clicked for me. So you picture yourself floating in water, of course. So you almost touch the bottom. So it's a little scary because of that, but you feel sort of safe. You feel some confidence because you know the bottom is there. So at that place, you can let yourself drift by the trance of the muse, by the trance of creativity itself. So you float and you let go. And then when you finally, you snap out of it and you're done, you realize you're way too far, way too deep, in a zone of complete discomfort. Your feet can't touch the bottom. You don't even know if there's bottom there. So this place is absolutely terrifying. It is. And you panic and you feel like screaming. And my point is that you should scream. You should scream because that scream carries the truth of how far you drifted. And those who hear it will understand the zone of exploration, of personal exploration you're trying to bring out. That's why I never liked Bowie. I never understood his zone of exploration. But then those who connect with your art, they understand you. They understand your zone of exploration. Their life trajectory somehow meets with your life trajectory. And you meet at that point where what you are saying and the way that you're saying it connects with them. And they recognize your scream. And they recognize your panic and the beauty that you're trying to bring out by expressing your work. That is your people. That is your audience. That is your fan base, however small or big. Of course, some work will come out beautiful, some won't, but you should keep working. You should keep exploring. You should keep screaming. Hi everybody. So if you stay with me this far, remember, I am an independent artist and would like to remain so. All the money that my music and my videos make are used to help my parents that live back in Latin America. If you like the content and the spirit moves you, you can buy my music directly on iTunes, or you can make a contribution through the Buy Me a Coffee link on the screen. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! Yeah. Yeah. Okay.